there's a variety of reasons for that, including Bountygate and whatnot. I like him as a DC.
How he's even coaching in the NFL anymore is beyond my fucking comprehension. He literally paid players to hurt other players.
Well, what I've since read about that is that was par for the course. Like, Favre even said that his guys had the same incentives going on. Not that I agree with it. I still think it's fucked up, and you know.
But now you support it.
You should be fired immediately if that's what you're doing. But if he has actually grown from that and is not just serving up platitudes, then, you know, he's still good at his job. And that, at the end of the day, is what matters in the NFL, you know?
Right.
Who cares about a conscience? It's the NFL we're talking about. They don't.
No, they don't.
So the Gase hire, as I told you, I had a lot of other candidates well above him.
Who's your
my favorite candidate was probably Bieniemy, Andy Reid's offensive coordinator. You know, I get that he hasn't been a head coach before, but I get that, you know, maybe it's all Andy Reid down there. But, you know, there's been a lot of success of going with successful coaches' trees. Also would have liked LaFleur, but obviously, you know, the Packers jumped on that right away. As I discussed with you guys, I wasn't super high on McCarthy, but I do think I would have preferred him over Gase.
You seem to be intrigued with Rule.
Yeah, I liked Rule as well. I do get why they didn't come to terms on that. You know, he wanted to bring his own guys in. Jets didn't like who he could bring in. You know, didn't think he had the connections to bring in some of the top tier guys. So I understand that disagreement. But I thought there were a lot of other candidates I would have gone with over Gase. That being said, I've had some discussions with other Jets fans who are on the other side of this, are very happy with the hire. And they have made some valid points that basically Gase was the Sean McVay of, you know, a few years ago and was thrown into a terrible situation with Miami and made something out of nothing with that team.
He's 5-1 against the Jets.
Right. So I mean, you know, it could be an improvement. I just thought were better options.
Like I said, I would have gone with John DeFilippo personally. If I were the Jets, here's a guy who's a quarterback guru. Now here's a guy doing my best Chris Collinsworth. He's a quarterback guru. I think he would be the perfect coach to, I don't want to say cradle, but to scoop up Sam Darnold, you know, your custom jersey guy, and just be like, here, flourish, my kid. But
I mean, you know, can you say he's a quarterback guru with the season that he had this year?
Yes, I can say that because the quarterback that he had was an established quarterback that the team, whether he wanted them or not, forced on him. So,
I think the jury's still out on that, you know, because Kirk Cousins obviously performed a lot better for the Redskins than he did his first season as the Vikings quarterback. But that could be a variety of factors. So I'm not going to place that at the feet of DeFilippo without seeing, you know, next season for the Vikings. I know he was floated before his firing as a favorite head coaching candidate, and then everyone ran for the hills once he was fired, which I thought was a little unfair.
I just felt like Zimmer never liked him.
I could see that. But back to Gase. C.J. Anderson said that another Sean McVay parallel was that, he was praising Sean McVay and said that, he gets the most out of every guy, and, he loves him as a coach. He's his favorite coach, and he said the only other guy that did that was like that was Gase. So I guess we'll see. So as I said, I hate it a little bit less. He's touted as a great offensive mind and all this. So we'll see. And then I also saw after that press conference, he had an interview on one of the New York ESPN shows. I forget which. And that interview, actually, he seemed very down to earth. He seemed eager and seemed to be making some good points. So that interview kind of brought me around a little bit too. So we'll see. I'm still. I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I'm
less mad.
Not, huh?
You're less mad.
Well, I'm not as devastated as I was. I spent a good hour after that news broke just like furiously, bitching.
All right.
Some to you guys, some to another my friends' group chats.
You have other friends?
I have like one. It's I call it a group chat, but it's just like me and my dog. Some just bitching on online forums like Reddit. But yeah. So as I said, I'm seeing some positive things. So I'm willing to give it a more open mind than I was. I'm basically saying, let's see what happens this season. Jury's out.
Right. And I understand you have a coach that you didn't want. I have a coach I didn't want. Actually, I have two. Jesus Christ. I have Jason Garrett of the NFL and the Jason Garrett of college football. Am I wrong?
Yeah, at least I like my college football coach.
Oh, God. Oh, James Franklin needs to be fired too. Anyway, let's move on. The next coach that was fired, Hugh Jackson. And then the Browns did not retain Greg Williams.
Yep, thanks, Browns.
Yep.
Past time for Hugh to go. Who did they hire again?
I'm about to tell you, Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, I like that. I like Kitchens for them. And, the bakers in the kitchen, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, the bakers in the kitchen. I did like that. But in my opinion, personally, and I know a lot of people disagree, I think they should have hired Lincoln Riley. My reasoning, he's previously coached Baker Mayfield. He has been very successful with Baker Mayfield. The offense he runs is a fast-paced, high-powered offense that suits the Browns really well.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been my favorite pick, but Kitchens is a good coach in my opinion. So I think it's a good choice, not the best. I agree with you. Lincoln would have been the best choice for them.
What do you think, BB? If you were the Browns, would you have hired Kitchens? Would you have hired Lincoln Riley? And this is if you could have realistically anyone, who would you have hired as the Browns head coach?
I'd probably go with Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah, it's a safe choice. He was the offensive coordinator. He got a lot out of Baker Mayfield, a lot out of Nick Chubb. He did a good job, but I think the Browns need something to be excited about, and I think Lincoln Riley is that excitement they needed.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. The Broncos fired Vance Joseph. They hired Vic Fangio. They should have hired Vic Fangio. Good job, guys. They got it right. Oh, man. I don't have anything more to say. Vic Fangio is perfect for what the Broncos want to do. He's going to get the most out of Von Miller. He's going to get the most out of Bradley Chubb. Great choice. If I were the Cowboys and I could choose any coach, Vic Fangio is the guy that I wanted. So, anyone have anything negative to say about Vic Fangio before this Vic love fest is done?
No, I'm fine with that.
I think they got it exactly right. We'll move on. Buccaneers fired head coach Dirk Cutter. They hired Bruce Arians. They should have hired Bruce Arians. Again, Buccaneers. Good job.
I also like the Arians hire here, and I also like them grabbing Todd Bowles. I think he's a great DC.
Do you remember those old Guinness commercials with the cartoon guys in the black and white, where they would just go brilliant?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think I did until you said that. But yeah, I remember those.
Eat the wing of the chicken. Brilliant. That's how I feel about the Buccaneers hiring Bruce Arians and bringing in Todd Bowles. Brilliant. Oh, man. Anything else on Bruce Arians?
Nah, not here.
Okay. Cardinals fire Steve Wilkes, hired Cliff Kingsbury. Not a bad hire. A little green behind the ears, but whatever. Should have.
Cardinals are doing, they're chasing the next McVay. Could work for them, could bite them in the ass. I did have Kingsbury over Gase in my rankings. But yeah, I'm okay with them, going for that. It could very easily look like a brilliant move in 4 years.
Cardinals should have hired Mike McCarthy. Reasoning.
I don't think he wanted them. I don't even think he interviewed with them.
He probably didn't, but before he had a chance to interview with anyone else, I think they knew they wanted Cliff Kingsbury, and so they went for it. But my reasoning for why I think Mike McCarthy would be a very good coach for the Arizona Cardinals: experience with a quarterback who thinks highly of themselves. Aaron Rodgers, as we all know, is a pompous asshole. Josh Rosen, as we all know, is a pompous asshole. Mm-hmm. All right? But Rosen's not at the point yet where he can change plays at the line and make your offense look bad because he thinks he knows what he's doing and thinks that you don't. So I give him a vote of confidence there. He's got not only does he have experience with a quarterback like that, he's had success with a quarterback like that, winning a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. He's creative with his offense, and that, I think, suits the Cardinals very well. Especially when you got a guy like David Johnson who can run the ball, can catch the ball. I'm sure he can throw the ball if he needed to.
Yeah.
So I would have gone Mike McCarthy.
Good fit.
All right. Anything from Dan O'Shea?
I think that's a reasonable take on that.
Okay. Next, we'll go to the Packers. Packers fired Mike McCarthy, did not retain Joe Philbin. Hired Matt LaFleur. Should have hired Adam Gase. Reasoning: quarterback guru. He's going to a team that's got a history of success, a long history of success. And what is one of the things that he did in Miami better than most other coaches do with their team? He held his players accountable, which is what the undoing of the Packers is right now. Same thing with the Steelers, now holding players accountable, and look what's happening. Team is blowing up.